only people that love you for you is God, dogs, and your mama. Like, that's just real talk. Before I go any further, let me ask you this question. How do you respect a woman that will be okay with you cheating?
Well, it's gonna be a breakup and a get back.
Okay. So you want to make a woman struggle for love, basically.
You got to treat every guy like he's ugly. Like, don't bend the rules. Like, keep your standard if you want to get married. Law of attraction. If I was to die tomorrow, I would tell everybody, learn law of attraction. Everybody in your life is who you reflect. So if there is a woman who is just thirsty, that's what you desire.
So if I'm just pushing my cart in the grocery store and some little rat come up to me, that's what I am?
Right.
Like, come on, dog.
So which one is the truth? It's truth after dark, Paul.
We don't know, Kendra.
This is the taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic? Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of the Truth After Dark. I am your host, Azar Farideh.
Paul Pierce.
We got Paul. And tonight, we have a very special guest. We are joined by a true media powerhouse with over 20 years of experience. She's interviewed icons like Beyonce, Halle Berry, and Michelle Obama. She's a media personality, author, and philanthropist. Please welcome the incredible Kendra G.
Oh my God, I love you. You gotta do my intro every day, girl. Oh my God, can I say I walked in so much good energy.
Aww.
You look good. She's sitting down, but you got to see this body. You got to start doing the show standing up. Because they gotta appreciate how good you look. The body is snatched. Shout out to Paul. He's so nice so far. I can't even believe it.
Hey.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We're honored to have you on the show.
Without a
You
doubt,
truly
for sure.
are incredible. Like, I love your work. We're going to start out very quickly because we have some viral clips right now, and I just want to get your thoughts on
Let's do it.
just to start it out. So right now, Paul is going viral because he said, and I quote, that men need to cheat on their women to find out if they really love them.
They need to cheat, like as in, because cheat means deceive, right? So you need to go outside. Like, there's open relationship where your girl is very much aware you're gonna have other women, right?
Yeah.
But why cheat? Why not just say right now we're still dating, but I'm gonna explore other women? That to me sounds like manipulation.
It is sound like manipulation, to be honest, but like how, like, say a man in my position, say like, I meet a girl, I know her, she know who I am, she understand my background and all of this. How do I find out if she truly loves me for me?
But how do you find out if you truly love her? By cheating on her? What is that?
I you know what? That was the only thing I could come up with. And I know there's more things, but cheating, people, it's such a broad a thin line into cheating too, because people automatically think sex. No.
Right.
It don't have to be a sexual encounter. Like, just, I don't know if it'll be intentional, but it unintentional, like, damn. Maybe
but let me give you some real talk. Only people that love you for you is God, dogs, and your mama. Like, that's just real talk. You became who you are. Right. Everyone that's attached to you, like, that's your essence, you know, so you almost just have to accept that to a certain degree. You're not really gonna know who's there for you unless you got into a position where you're really down and out. Let's say you lose it all, and then you have no money, no fame. That's the only way you're gonna know if a person's really about you. But at the same time, I mean, you are who you are. Like, everybody's working to attract, like, girls go to the gym to look cute because they want the best of the best. Yeah. So it's almost like you're never gonna know that. Just God, dogs, and your mama. Huh?
And you know what else it is?
Yeah, you have to go through something.
I think too, tell a woman the truth and let her truly see who you are.
Right.
That's how you know if anyone loves you, when you can see me for the person that I am.
Maybe
on my
not
worst
cheat. Maybe
day.
if I like lose my legs.
Maybe if you lose your money and you broke.
Or
maybe if you ask her,
maybe
if you call her and say, babe, I don't got it this month. Can you help me pay my bills? How about that? Like, not everything has
They
to
outta
be attached
here.
to.
She outta
I mean,
here.
if she can't afford it,
She out of here.
So, you know what's interesting that I hear that often from men who are extremely successful? Is that a concern of yours? Like, do you feel like everyone around you just wants to be around you because of who you are, because you have money, because you have status?
Yeah. That's the feeling.
Does
for
that
the
bother
most
you?
part. I think you just grow in it, and you just like, damn. You always keep you just always feel like you're looking over your shoulder. You always, it messes with your trust.
Right.
And it's like, damn, you might be sitting there one day and just be like, man, I'm ready to be off.
But you know what, though? I like what you said. You gave a great example. Be honest and see what she does with your honesty, right? Because you got to, for real love, lasting love, if you want to go to the end of time, if that's the position that you're at, you want her to know who you are. You can't act every single day. You can act in the beginning. Everybody shows up as an actor for like the first 30, 60 days. But eventually, you got to take the wig off. You got to take the makeup off. It gets real. Is that person still going to love you? So what I would say, a person in your position, be vulnerable and see what happens with it. I mean, it's going to be a risk. But I think anyone that you could be completely honest with, and if they accept you for who you are, okay, that's step number one. Or if they say, you know what, I respect that you need other women, but I'm not about that life. So I'm going to go, and if I'm available when you come back, so be it, but I'm not tripping. I'm not going to be on your list because you Paul Pierce. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you like me, that means other men like me, so you just better hope while you're playing, I'm available when you're done, you know?
100%. And
You said, sorry.
Go ahead.
You said, be honest. What about tell a lie and see how they react?
Why?
Well, how would she know? What's the lie, though?
No,
okay.
say, all right, listen, she said, be honest, be vulnerable,
Right.
right? But what if you tell a lie, so I don't go out and cheat,
Okay.
but then I just go and tell her I cheated on her?
Well,
Tell a lie about it, and just to see, boom, how she react. Boom,
I think, that could be a test, and men do that at
That is
times.
the stupidest thing. You're creating distrust in your relationship for no reason. You are creating tests that don't need to be created. Like I said, God will create tests for you in a relationship. Your representative can only stay within the relationship for the first 3 months. After that, your representative and who you're pretending to be and trying to show up as the perfect woman or man is going to go away. And people are going to have to start seeing you for who you are. And understand, you might be Paul Pierce, but sometimes for women, being with a celebrity is very difficult. It takes away a lot from them, and who they are as a person, and you're at the forefront of the life. And as a woman, that can be difficult. So there is a lot of tests, especially being with a man of your stature, that a woman probably has to face. Why are you trying to create distrust in a relationship that you don't need to do?
No, I'm trying to create trust.
No, by lying.
I'm trying to create
you're being
trust on my
selfish.
end.
You're creating something for you, but you're causing chaos for the other person.
You're right.
So
You're
you're
right.
being selfish and you're not reciprocating what you want. How does she trust you? You're a celebrity with money. Women are throwing themselves at you all day. So you're so worried about creating trust for you that you're taking it away from your relationship. And it's just silly.
Well, let me jump in.
Please, go ahead.
I can see you're very passionate, and I see both perspectives. Not to defend him, but to explain him.
Yeah.
He's when you are, first of all, you're part of the 1%. So his life is the 1%. When you're a basketball player, women are constantly coming up to you all his life. Like, you probably was a basketball player in high school, right?
Yeah.
So before I go any further, let me ask you this question. How do you respect a woman that will be okay with you cheating?
No, I don't respect a woman that would be okay with me cheating.
Okay, so that's the point. And that's why I understand why he wants to do the test, because in his mindset, which I appreciate, he wants to see, okay, if I tell her I'm sleeping with other women and she does nothing, I know clearly she wants to be with me because what I can provide. But if I tell her and she's out, like, nah, I know who you are. I respect who you are, but I respect myself more than I respect who you are. I got to keep it moving. So you're right. It's not a good lie, but he's just trying to weed out all the women, because there's so many women who will not give a fuck.
Well, you're wrong at what you're saying, because he's actually trying to say that if you cheat and stay, you love me.
No, he didn't say that, though.
He said that on his clip. That's verbatim what he said.
Okay, then he's flipping up. Right now, he just said, that's two different answers, because you told me if she cheats and she accepts it, you wouldn't respect her.
He's contradicting himself.
Okay, so which one is the truth? It's truth after dark, Paul.
We don't know,
Which one is the
Kendra.
truth? Because you done because now I gotta go back and defend her, because that's two different answers. So what is the honest truth? Would you respect a woman if you cheated and she stayed with you, or would you respect her more if she left you?
Ooh,
I love her.
No, that's a good question. No, I don't. Would I respect her? Wait, say that again.
Okay, so you cheat on her,
Okay.
you tell her,
Okay,
and she's like, you know what, don't let it happen again, and forgives you easily.
Okay.
Or you cheat on her, you tell her, and she's like, I'm out. Like, that was not our agreement. I already told you what I was on, and she leaves. Which one?
I'd rather be out.
You'd rather her be out?
Yeah, because now let me. It's how she go out though. If she go out the door, it's a certain way you got to go out the door.
How you gotta go out the door?
That is crazy.
What does it mean? How you go out the door, boy?
You gotta be tears. You gotta be mad and sad. You can't.
Oh, she has to cry.
So what happened to your clip that's going viral today on Hollywood Unlock All the Blogs, where you said, in order to see if a woman loves you, you have to cheat on her, and if she stays, she loves you. So where is that coming in with this whole scenario? Because it doesn't really make sense now.
Well, it's gonna be a breakup and a get back.
Okay. So you want to make a woman struggle for love, basically.
I mean, how else a woman gonna go through it?
Well, you know,
being a woman, having a vagina, bleeding through your period, everybody.
I know people don't like to talk about this, but there's a lot of long-term relationships that have gone through infidelity and survived.
Yeah.
So cheating is really not a foreign thing for a long-term relationship. I think it's, you know, the unfortunate thing about social media, all you see is the highlight moment. So everybody just wants, oh, she got a car for her birthday, and now they're going to Spain. You don't know, like, he had a baby, and she stayed with him through the baby, and she loved the baby, and he saw that, you know what, she stayed with me 10 toes down, so now I'm going to give her the world. Not saying that it always has to be that, but sometimes that's behind a woman getting the world, is she went through so much shit that now he's like, I'm going to give you the world, because the fact that you stay with me during all of this is what makes you remarkable. And I know that your loyalty, not saying I condone this, but I will say this. No, but what I'm going to say, for a man of a Paul Pierce, I think women have to wake up. That could come with the requirements. Because again, we're talking about, the internet acts like every man has it their way with women. No, it's about 5% of men that have it their way with women. Most men have to work for women. I get good quality guys who just are not tall enough, who just don't have enough money, who just might not be attractive, or might have what some might call a normal life. Like, listen, I make $65K, I got my own home, I'm ready for a family. That's not always good enough, you know, for women these days, right? No judgment, but it is what it is. So then when you get a guy who fits everything you want, you know, got the money, got the height, got the relationships, unfortunately, there's 10,000 women. And until he gets to a point where he's like, okay, I'm really ready for something solid, you know, that's why I always tell that woman, just be solid. It's going to go in your favor one or two ways. Either A, he's not ready for it, so don't waste your time, no love lost, or you're solid and he recognizes it and now he's ready to step up to be the man that you deserve. But either way, you got to bet, you got to be willing to bet on yourself. You can't, like, if you, this whole thing with the man is the prize, I always say the woman's the prize, but I got to defend men that women are treating men like the prize because they're chasing them, they're accepting any single thing, you know, there's the standards are so low, and now, you know, dating, that playbook our grandparents have, throw that shit out the way. Like, your grandmother just had to be the baddest woman in her city. There was no social media. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times she didn't even have a job. You know, when marriage was high, your husband was your job. So even if you wanted to leave, you didn't leave, right? Where was you going to go? You can't afford a house. You have all these kids. You're not doing that. So we have progressed so much. But in our progression, there's so many things that have, you know, decrease the institution of marriage.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want to say two things from what you said, and then I want to ask you another question. So, number one, I agree with what you were saying. I feel like I dream of a world where women don't have to struggle to be loved. You know, there's so much, like even in movies about Black love specifically. No other race has this. About us having to ride and die and struggle to finally be appreciated and accepted. And there's a lot of women who go through that and stay after the cheating, stay after the babies, stay after the infidelity, and then a man will leave them and get with another woman that's not as broken. But you're the one who broke me. So I believe in a love I believe that everyone is going to have to go through it. I'm a strong believer that we're never going to have a perfect love. We are two different people, and we're going to go through a lot of tests in relationships, and I want to be with someone who chooses me and I choose you. But if we're not having discipline in our relationship, if we're not being the person that we want to show up in our lives, and we can't be good for ourselves, and you can only meet someone as far as you love yourself.
I was going to say that. No one has to struggle for love because love starts with you.
Yeah.
You only got to struggle with love when you put it in somebody else's hands.
Very
See, what's
true.
happening right now is people are attaching their relationship status to their worth. It's two totally different things. You know, you cannot predicate what somebody thinks of you to give you your love. You know, you are loved. God gave that to you when you came out your mama's vagina. Like, that is your God-given gift. You can love yourself. No one has to struggle for love. You're only struggling for love when you have decided to put it in somebody else's hands. And if you stop doing that, and if you love yourself really from the start of it, then everybody else is going to love you the way you love you.
I love that.
So that world can exist, but you just can't wait for somebody else to give it to you.
I love that. And then the second thing I was going to say was, I also believe too that what you were saying about like a man, women want men that are 6 feet, that have this, that have that. And a lot of that is very worldly, materialistic things, which is true.
Right.
Most women are like, I won't date a man that's not this or not that. And I think that women in general, the man that might love us the best is not in the package that we think it would come in. My sister and my best friend are with short men, and they are in love. My sister's been married for almost 30 years, and my sister's 5'11", and she was like, I would never be with a short man. And that short man gave her the best love ever, right?
Yes.
And I feel the same way. Like, for me, this person might have a stature, might be a celebrity, might be all of this. We're putting too much weight on those things. I'd rather be with a man who's 5'8" and is gonna love me down. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we put value on because he's this or because he made this amount of money, we'll let him treat us any type of way. And I think women have to have way more respect for themselves. I don't care who you are. I care who you really are inside. Right. I don't care about the outside of what you represent. I want to know who you are as a person. And I think if women, we really got into that more, we would be in a better place.
No, I love it. You know, I think that's a lot of wives feel that way. Like, literally, like, I talk to women who are wives, and I always tell people to get you married friends, right? So a lot of times when a man marries a woman, he feels safe for the most part. You know, this doesn't always happen because there's women who cheat too. We focus on men, but women do cheat too.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, when a man is willing to label you as his wife, he feels safe that you could be in any room and you're not going to disrespect him with another guy. So if a man doesn't feel like, listen, you represent me, and I know Bill Gates might come in this room, but I know you down for me 10 toes down, you're not going anywhere. But the only way you prove that to that man is if you show him that standard while you're dating him. Because if you let all things go, you know, to the wayside, then he's going to know, okay, if my richer friend comes around, she gonna go. If my finer friend comes around, she gonna go. But if you really show him that, I'm not going because that's not who I am, my character. Now, also, he might be on one, right? He might be like, that's not, I mean, I appreciate who you are, but I'm trying to play. Like, you too serious for me. I want to be out here in these streets. You got to be okay with that. Women got to be okay with that because you're not going to get what you want in the long term anyways.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about a little bit about what you have going on. Because that's, I think it's great that you're bringing people together, bringing couples, because we're in a times to where there's more singles than ever. People are not getting married anymore for some reason.
I know all the reasons.
Please share everything.
How did you originally start your online dating
So,
sessions?
you know, I was doing what you guys did, you know, but before it was podcast, it was radio. So, you know, I've done radio and television for 20 years. We were in COVID and I was in a relationship, and me and my then boyfriend broke up during COVID. And this is like March. So this is pre-mask. This is like, you can't go to your mama's house. We're still trying to figure out what the world is. Whoever you was with on Monday, you can only quarantine with them. You know, the radio station was shut down. So I was stuck. I was living in Chicago in my Chicago apartment, and everybody was connecting on Instagram Live. D Nice, if y'all remember, had us all DJ, and he was doing Instagram Live music. So I was like, okay, if I feel this way single, I'm quite sure other people feel this way single. So literally, I just went live on IG. I was like, listen, if you single, I'm gonna find you love tonight. It wasn't necessarily a show at that time, but because I came from media, The first night, I had a white guy who only wanted a black woman. I had a gay guy who was looking for a girl to have a baby with, but he only wanted a baby. I had another guy who I was like, how many kids you have? He was like 2 and a possible. So basically a girl's pregnant. And this is the first night. And I knew, if I take this serious, I will change my whole life. Wow. And I literally just, I took it serious. This is 2020. And then 3 years later, 2023, I was able to walk away from my 20 plus radio career. Wow. Quit my job in Chicago, moved to Beverly Hills, California, started my own company. Wow. Now I have my own dating app. We have the card game. Like love is a business that will never end until AI humans. We got AI humans coming, but I think we got like 50 years away. But people will absolutely going to be in relationships with AI humans.
We talked about that. He said he would have an AI companion.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of people. Yeah. Like once we figure out, it's going to be like sperm banks will become very popular. So you will go to a sperm bank to pick out your child. I don't know how men are going to do it because men will still need to have a woman to bring their child into this world. But people, like you said, what happens going back to marriages, the things that made marriage strong, it wasn't that there wasn't stuff always going on. There wasn't a social media blast. Like your grandfather was cheating on your grandmother. Here's the thing. The side chick didn't have a Facebook page, right? Mm-hmm. So the side chick couldn't post the dinner that she made for your grandfather after Thanksgiving. So your grandmother didn't have to deal with the embarrassments. Because a lot of times, a lot of women probably will compromise if the embarrassment factor wasn't so large. And we saw this with Mariah the Scientist. Like she went as far as she could go, and they might be back together, but it was the embarrassment that she kept going with everything coming out on the internet. So how do you sit as a woman that has any worth when everyone knows your man has another family, sleeping with another woman? Like, it's very hard for a woman to accept that, right? Yeah. So we got that factor going on. And then now women have money. So there was a time when women, even if she wanted to leave, she couldn't afford to leave, right? So now she can leave. And now also society accepts women without being a man and having children. I was thinking about this. I'm gonna keep talking. But remember when Brandy had a baby? Brandy had to say she was married first. She could not be like, I'm pregnant. When she was pregnant, because Brandy and Monica, I came up for the tour. I grew up with them. And I remember when Brandy was pregnant, she had to be married.
I remember that.
And I love all these women, interviewed all of them. Cardi B, who I love down, is currently pregnant while she's going through a divorce with another guy. Look how far, the acceptability has just come, right? Yeah. And women, her career's not over. If anything, some will say her career is excelling because it seems like people can relate more, right? So when we lose those standards around those real important things, of course, marriages are going to decrease.
Do you believe Paul has a clip that says marriage is for old people and poor people?
I kind of agree with that. Yeah. I don't know about old, but I will say poor. And let me tell you why. I don't like the word poor, but I will say this. I understand as a woman who, if I was a man, people would encourage me not to get married. Yeah. Because they would say, you invested in your own company, you did the work, he wasn't there shooting with you in the gym. The famous line, like guys, like she wasn't there. So it's almost like men who make a certain amount of money, other men will say, why would you get married? Just have fun. Because of the business aspect. Yeah. You cannot deny that there are people who, when you are in a certain tax bracket, marriage is about business more than it's about love. Because I could love you down. I could want to be with you forever, but do I want to align my assets to you? Have you passed that test of if I'm in a coma and you got to make the life decision? Now my mother can't make the decision because I made you my wife. And are you going to say, well, let him die because I get 20 million? There's just, so I do understand when a person has a certain amount of business, why marriage doesn't go so fast. Like Oprah never got married. 50 Cent probably will never get married. I actually understand that. Yeah. And then you said old people. Are you saying because, and I think I saw this clip, because when you get older, you want a nurse and you want all.
You don't want to die alone. You're lonely.
You want some companionship. I truly believe that, when you're older, that person keeps you alive a lot longer.
Okay.
Than you would have probably stayed if you was by yourself.
Okay, that's okay. We can add that, but there are some men and women who truly do still believe in the family unit. So there is a younger generation that is like, I want to have children with my husband. There's also men, and these are the men that I get that call on my show that are serious about marriage. They're the men who are serious about creating a family and a legacy unit together. So I don't want to negate that. That does still exist. And, they're looking for a partner in life. So we'll add young people to Paul. To it.
Yeah, well,
That's true, because there's a village. And like my family, my sister, her husband, like we talk about village politics. Like this is my village. This is who we got. The world ending, we together. Like you have your village. And I feel like a lot of people value that. That's why I value being with someone, is because it's like, I want my village. You know, I want to know. Okay, so how many people from your show have you hooked up and gotten married?
So married, there's about 15. And it's so funny. Yeah, it's about 15 now. I thought it was 13, but it keeps increasing. So I was just in Houston. We're on tour. And there was a guy that was on my show. What I love about, we're in year 5. So year 5, we've been getting... The first year somebody got married, like within the first year. Yeah, so I started the show. I went live in April 2020. May 2nd, 2020, a guy came on my show. He met a girl. They ended up getting engaged that year, and they got married 2021, May 2nd. So they got married to the day that he came on the show for the first time. So they're the first couple, Evan and Joanne. They now have 2 kids. Yeah, they had a baby in 2021. They just had another baby this year. So I just went to Houston. That's what I was saying. I had a guy on my show in 2023, and he showed up in Houston with his fiance. They have a baby. They have a 3-month-old. What's so interesting, what's so great about my show, it's the only dating app that allows you to meet anybody in the world. So everybody I'm talking about, and they will tell you, I would have never met her if it wasn't for your show. Because Evans and Joanna, the first couple, Evans was in Miami, Joanna was in Charlotte. The couple that I just talked about, they actually were in Houston, but they both were in Virginia Beach. So that worked out. They were 2 that actually, she came on the show and she saw it, but they were in the same city. One of the favorite stories is Amisha and Dr. Sutton. Literally, she was a TV reporter in Indianapolis. Her husband is a surgeon in New York.
Wow.
And that's why I said, and I was thinking of then when I thought about, there are people who do seriously take the marriage unit serious, right? And maybe, and I would say this, ladies, if his parents are married, are your parents married, Paul?
No, my parents are no longer alive.
Are they no longer alive? Okay, my mother's in heaven, so they probably having a good time right now at a Whitney Houston concert, Michael Jackson, heaven popping. Like, I'm gonna tell you something, heaven is going on up there. There are people, and I would tell women, if you want to have kids, there's a lot of men that take that serious. Like, I want to be with the woman that's going to have my kids. I'm not leaving her. And I brought that up to ask you, sometimes they come from married households.
Yeah.
A lot of the men that I see that are married, their dads were married. So they had an example of that, and that's very important to them. That's a good, they're used to that union.
So like my parents are married still. And all my sisters are married. 5 sisters.
Yeah. You don't have an issue. It's a good thing. You're beautiful. So we'll start there. You're talented, you're smart, you're educated. So a man just has to be ready for you because he's going to have to rise to the occasion, which he should.
Yeah, thank you.
Which you should.
So you're really good at what you do, obviously. So if anyone's single, y'all better hit Kendra up, baby.
Hold on. What's your relationship status?
So I'm single. I was in a relationship. I've been single for about a year. Okay. And I love that I'm single right now because I think that women have to realize that, listen, you can be happy single. Like there's some men who are so happy single. This is why they don't want to get in relationships. And I think that when you focus on just always your relationship status determines your happiness, you're not going to be happy. So, what people got to understand, like I just said, I just moved to LA 2 years ago. So I'm a girl that for my career, every 4 years, I pretty much moved. I think I'm home now. I think.
She loves LA.
Yeah,
I
we
love
you
LA,
here.
but Dubai love it. Dubai look like it's my kind of place.
I just saw Lindsay Lohan said she lives in Dubai.
I wonder what she's doing over there.
She said, well, she's married and she said they can't take pictures of you. Like when you're in the restaurant, it's illegal to take pictures of people. You have to ask them for permission.
No, I've been over there.
That's what she was just saying.
I'm on my Instagram.
Morning
I'm
show
taking
or
photos.
something.
I was there. So.
Okay, so wait a minute. You are single. Do you feel like people weaponize that a lot? Because
Absolutely.
for me, I feel like, well, why are you single then? Or why are you da-da-da? And it's like, maybe because I like my peace and I understand who I am as a woman and I prefer my solitude. And if you're going to take some of that space, you must be a hell of a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how I thought when I was single, you know?
Right.
So do you feel like people are like, why are you single if you have this show and da-da-da-da-da?
They weaponize women.
Yes, women.
They don't weaponize men.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I was a man, men would encourage me not to get married. They would say,
yes.
you work this hard, you focus on your career, you invested I've invested my own money into my company. They'll be like, why would you let a woman benefit off of all your hard work? Yeah. What happens is we're in a time where I do believe that there's some men that only respect a woman by the man she's next to, right? So, and there is,
that's a part.
No, that's what it's about. So it's like, who's the man I got to answer to if I mess with you? And if there's not a man standing there, well, why not? And there's also some type of, I don't want to say control, but there are some men who like to know, like, okay, I have my wife. There's a control aspect. So they're also like, well, why aren't you married? Like, could you not follow instructions? Were you not, did you not forgive too easy? I would say this, there's women who are married to men in jail. And if you feel like she is a better, if you feel like because she's married and has a husband, you can take her advice. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's like, you have to live by what I live by. I'm telling you what I know, right? At the end of the day. And there's married people who I would not take advice from. And we have to stop this illusion that marriage is this sun and roses and everybody's happy. You know, I have a therapist who literally told me that a lot of her clientels are wives who are trying to make it through their marriage because they're not happy. Woo! Not saying this is every wife, okay? But I think that most women want the wedding day, they want the ring, they want the bragging rights, they want the Instagram post. But do they really want the wife job description? Now, the wife job description, I believe in it so much, that's why I won't do it. I was engaged, and that's what, before all this, very early in my career, I was engaged. I was in my 20s for my college sweetheart. And the one thing we decided is we would never get divorced. And I really think people should make that decision before you get married because it's like, listen, if we do this, it's me and you till we see Jesus. And there wasn't an infidelity. I realized we had different life plans. And most women usually just kind of follow the man. Nothing wrong with that, right? And at that time, it would have made sense. He was an electrical engineer. I'm a radio host making $7 an hour. I'm going to probably be fired in I would you get fired all the time in radio. I have no job security. So girl, you got this man, tall, dark, handsome, marry him, have babies, and run off to the sunset. And I couldn't make that bet because I had so much inside of me. I had to take a risk on becoming who Kendra could become. And that's 20 years ago. And as I say, I always tell my age because I want people to know my life is a journey. I'm 46 years old. If I would know that you make that deal and you decide to go for your career, and at 46, you still wouldn't be married, you still wouldn't have kids, would you make that same bet? Absolutely.
You would. Yeah.
Because I had to choose myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be married and just say I'm married. If I'm married, it's because this is what God's purpose is for me. And I'm riding out with you to the sunset. And I know you're gonna mess up, but I'm here. I'm Coretta Scott King in it.
Yeah.
And if I can't Coretta Scott King it, then I'm not gonna do it. You just should.
Yeah.
I love that.
Is there somebody you're dating right now?
Yes, Paul. I am dating.
Dating? Is it more than one?
I am dating. I don't have sex when I date, though. So let me tell you about dating. This is why I have a dating app, and I encourage every woman to date. I think what happens is women don't know how to date. Men really kind of have, are you cool? Can I sit with you and have a conversation, watch a game, and eat some burgers? All right, let's kick it. Women, their prerequisites for dating, and this is why women are having so many challenges, because they don't know how to date. Girlfriend, if a guy wants to take you out for pizza, go out for pizza. Learn them. Dating is data. You're collecting data because you might think you want something on paper, But when you get it, because I've had a lot of things that I wanted on paper, and then I got it, and I was like, oh, I'm not about this life. Like you said, men like Paul come with a lot. I'm here to tell you, I'm not about that life.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life. So now I'm dating. Marriage is not important to me. But I'm dating, I think.
My thing is too, like, how do I buy a car without test driving it?
That's fair for you. So I'm not saying
because you said you don't have sex while dating.
No, but I'm not having sex without a relationship. I'm not saying marriage.
Relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we want to have intimacy, so it's just me and you. We exclusive, right?
Me too.
How long before you know? How many dates?
How many dates?
Like how many dates can a dude get off before you like, all right, this ain't gonna happen, or it's maybe something?
I think that here's the deal, and I'm gonna get so technical and y'all gonna get mad. Listen, we can't forget like STDs exist, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you should be, it's very fine to be like, yo, I need to really get to know you more.
Yes.
And yes, like I should have a physical attraction to you, but again, I shouldn't want to just jump in the bed with you because I want to make sure I'm safe too.
Yeah.
If I don't want to get pregnant just to get pregnant if we're not going to do something long term. And let me tell you why I have that rule. So I was engaged, and when I broke up with my ex-fiance, I ended up many, many, many years ago dating an athlete, and we wasn't in a relationship. And I learned that he was dating somebody else, and I went off. And he said to me, "But you're not my girlfriend."
Ooh.
And I was like, but you know what? I had to woman up.
Yeah,
and I was like,
right.
I'll never make that mistake again. Because here's the deal. When you have sex with a guy and that's not your man, you can't check him.
Yep.
Because you agreed to participate in a sexual activity without that title if it's not important to you. Now, there's some women who are like, men are emotionless. I wanted to have a good time. It felt good with me. I don't care if I never talk to him again. If that's you, listen, there's no judgment. But if you know you are a girl that's gonna catch feelings, if it gets physical, you need to get that title first. And you're getting that title so when he acts up or acts out of line, you have the right to say something. You have no right to check a man if you're in a situationship and he has not agreed to be exclusive to you. And it's very much, listen, there are some women that have the until I get married rule. Yeah. But let me tell you something, ladies. It's very much okay to say, I only have sex if we're in an exclusive relationship. Yeah. Well, that's a fair rule.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's that's fair.
No, but I'm just saying this is something that's recent. I mean,
right.
Like, as we get older, we start saying, like, you know what, that's what it is. You start laying down the law a little bit more, but like, how long has it been like this? Like, where you're saying,
no, I learned that lesson. I'm about 16 years ago, I learned that lesson, right?
Yeah, okay.
So I think that all the things that what normally gets a woman to just say, okay, I'm gonna break the rules. And this is what I've learned too, and this is where another thing that women mess up with. They have certain rules for certain guys, right? First of all, it depends on what you want, right? Yeah. So if you want a weekend fling, if you wanna just have fun, then girlfriend, do you. But you got to learn your pool of men, because there's men that will have a situationship with you, and then there's men that may make you his girlfriend, and there's a man that will marry you. Yeah. If you know you want to be a wife, you got to at least close the deal on girlfriend. If you can't get a guy to commit to make you his girlfriend, it's going to be hard for you to get to wife. And what happens is sometimes the situationship guy he's a sensational guy. He looks good because you're breaking the rules for him. So he got the money. He looks good. There's something about him that you're going to break your rule that you would have for an ugly man. And I've said this a couple of times, but you got to treat every guy like he's ugly. Like, don't bend the rules. Like, keep your standard if you want to get married, right? All the women that have gotten married, no, their standard was their standard. And they married the best option of the man that was willing to marry them. It's two different options. There's a man that will marry you, and then there's a situationship guy. And the situationship guy can be so dangerous because he can make it almost hard for you to appreciate the guy that would marry you. Because the guy that may marry you, maybe the sex isn't as good. Maybe he don't have as much money. Maybe the life he could provide might not be as exciting, but you're constantly comparing this situationship guy, who never made you his girlfriend, who's not going to spend a holiday with you. So now your appetite, because you tasted now like you had like this amazing, seasoned chicken, and now you got this other chicken. It's okay, but it's something you can rely on. It don't get your taste buds. So don't bite the apple, Eve.
Okay, so you said
Yes.
you don't have sex unless you're in a relationship.
Yes.
You haven't been in a relationship for a year, you said.
Yes, a year. That's not hard. Paul, I wrote a book called Abstinence is Cool, where I went years without having sex.
I've done that. I did a whole year.
It's not hard for a woman not to have sex.
Yeah,
I know
it's different for women. Yeah.
Like you said, it's different for women.
It's different for women. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I get women on my show that be like, I have had sex in 5 or 10 years. Now that could be a dangerous place. Woo. You don't want to go so long because at some point in time you don't want to let yourself go, right? But it is not. I know we're in this time where it seems like everybody is busted it open.
Overly sexual.
But there's so many women who are like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And you're not worried about things like today. I always say that there's no casual sex, in my opinion.
Okay.
Nothing about sex is casual because as a woman, you risk so many things having sex. As a man, like STDs, people don't talk about STDs. I'm like, damn. People get all type of stuff. So I feel like casual sex isn't a thing for me. Mm-hmm. So I can go like a cool minute if I have to.
Yeah.
As a woman, I might be probably real different for a man,
So, okay, how long can you go without sex, Paul?
Man, I mean, I'm older, so it ain't really like, something that I gotta just chase.
So what's the answer?
How long?
I love Kendra.
I mean, I don't know, a month or two maybe.
So 60 days?
I mean, I could probably go longer than that. You understand, like, I was so locked in as a sports player
right,
that I was like, so just like, I could just block that out. I could just be, I'm gonna work out, do this. I was on a program. So I was just like, you know what, I ain't messing with no girls for like 3 months. I'm gonna lock in, go to the gym, just get my rest, go back to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to programming my mind like that. And that's why I became one of the best.
So how come you can't feel a woman could do the same?
I just feel like, damn, women are thirsty. Like
those are the women
women is thirsty. Maybe it's just because of my environment.
Yes, it's your environment.
But like, what's my environment? It's just like everybody else's environment. What? I'm going to the restaurant. I'm going to the grocery store. It's not even my environment. It's what probably I'm attracting.
Yes.
And it's who you are. Your environment is not the same as Joe. When Joe goes to the grocery store, women are not thirsty trying to be on him. He's going to the store and he probably don't see not one woman approach him, look at him, or want him. It's a whole different, you're Paul Pierce, you're a celebrity, and they know that. Women automatically want you because of that.
Yeah,
no matter what. They know you have money.
Sure.
They know that you could be ugly. As long as you're a famous, rich man, and you don't even have to be famous, you could just be rich, you got women on you if they know that. Yeah. So that's different. For you, you see thirsty women. A lot of men don't have that experience at all. Like they don't
95% of men out, and I'm being generous, don't have that experience.
Yeah. It's like that's not.
I mean, you're like, your world is your real world, so there's no apologies for it. But the people in your world, they don't have an average life. Most men have to work to get a woman.
Yeah. And they have to be nervous to come. But what I will say about men in that, women have to understand too, like, yes, a man, like if you're with a man like that, he may get a lot of women on them, but what type of women are they? Because that woman right there just wants you because of who you are and what you have. This woman right here might really want you because they love you. Like there's a difference between quality, like options these days. I feel like men feel like they have a plethora of options because of Instagram, because of this. But in reality, where is the quality at?
But can I say something to that? And you're right.
Yeah.
So what I've learned is law of attraction. If I was to die tomorrow, I would tell everybody, learn law of attraction. Everybody in your life is who you reflect. So if there is a woman who is just thirsty, that's what you desire, because the thirsty, like that's why I said going back to earlier, like women have to understand, like you might have a standard and he might say, I don't want to work that hard. Like, okay, like I respect you, but at the same time, I want the girl who going to sleep with me and not going to care. Like sometimes when people have money, it's easier for them to use their money to get their peace. Like if she just want money and I don't got to answer to her and I don't got to call in and check in, I could do that. Now she wants me for real. I have to rise to the occasion. She wants me to be honest. She wants me to never sleep with nobody else. He has to be ready for that, right? So it's like a lot of times we judge. That's why I don't really like to judge anybody I did it in the past, because whoever I did it in the past, that's who I was at that.
During
we was
that
on the
time.
same level. I have to receive that, right? So whenever you have something in your life that you don't like, don't judge the person. Ask yourself, what's in me that's attracting this person? And let me change that about me because I want to attract something different.
I literally said that to him on one of our shows. That's really the truth. You are what you attract. You're on a certain vibrational frequency.
So if I'm just pushing my cart in the grocery store and some little rat come up to me, that's what I am?
Wait.
Like, come on, dog.
What do
Come
you
on, I'm
mean?
in the grocery store.
No.
Yes.
Like, come on,
A rat
don't
comes
say
up
that.
to you.
I'll say
I'm
this.
just chilling at the nice bar and I'm chilling in some little busted, little thirsty chick. That's who I am.
Yeah, because let me tell you why. Look at your watch. Look at your necklace.
Okay.
Your presentation is just sitting at the bar is a girl who's like, oh, I can cash out. And this is my opportunity. Like what social media did, it's girls, it's fine girls.
I love it.
No, for real, I'm gonna give it to you real. Because there's fine girls. Because now social media got the access, right?
Yeah.
So let's say there's this fine girl in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Not in California. And then she sees a baller with a wife. And she's like, I look better than his wife.
Ooh.
Oh, I just got to get around the right people. So now, and then also back to why you said everybody's single. Nobody's grandma no more. Listen, I got on wig, makeup, hair. My body's real, and I take pride in that, okay? But people, you're getting body surgery.
Yeah.
You know, there's Ozempic. You could buy an ass. You could take away a waist. You know, all these people. So the average woman, she's too good for her partner because she's no longer average. So now she's like, wait a minute, I look this fine. I deserve to have this on my arm. And the guy who would be her equal, he's not good enough because she's now a whole new woman, right?
Yeah.
So that's another reason why, like, your partner, you are now no longer matched with, right?
Yeah.
So now this is where the men of the pause win. Their options are so wide. Yeah. Like, it's incredible. Like, I had an event in Houston, and it starts with attraction for women too. And it's always gonna be more women, so it is what it is. But let's say we got 60% women, 40% men. But out of the 40% men, and I'm being generous if I say 2 have all the attributes all of the 60% women want.
Yeah.
Like, they all want it. And it starts with, because he looked good, he's fresh, he's dressed well. And then I'll do an interview, and it's like, okay, he got 2 baby mamas, 3 kids, you know, all this other thing. And another guy who wasn't as flashy probably has no kids yet, right? You know, but he can't afford to look as rich. So no, if you anywhere you go, a woman is like, ding, like you're flashing lights.
Yeah.
I get my rent paid. I get, you know, there's women like, I cry over the broke guy. Like, I cry over a rich guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I cry in the Rolls Royce instead of the Toyota Roller Royce. Like, I never went for that because my dad is rich. I was dropped off in a Rolls Royce to school. So for me, it's like, I don't care. Like, I look for the man. Can you communicate? Can you be vulnerable? Can we talk about some shit for real? Can we go through something and really get through it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Do you know how to treat a woman? Like, do you know how to be a husband and not just want a wife? Right. Like, these are the things that matter, is like real qualities. My ex is 5'9". Like, I don't give a damn like what your height is. I don't care what, none of that stuff. Like, I want to be with someone for real. You said,
not to cut you off, but experience is the only life teacher. You know, and unfortunately, and I always say this, before I even knew what Cassie and Diddy went through, I'm not going to go through that, but I will always say, if money mattered, why did Cassie leave a billionaire for a trainer and a white guy? Completely opposite, right? Yeah. But what I've come to terms is, sometimes people just got to learn it for themselves. You know, a lot of things that I know is because I learned it for myself.
That's true.
I didn't know what I know at 46. I didn't know at 30. That's why when I dated the athlete and he told me I wasn't his girlfriend, I was like, okay, I got this lesson. Okay, check box, never doing that again. But and I always, and like, I know it seems like money is the end all to be all, but if that's the case, why did Juanita Jordan get a divorce from Michael Jordan? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did women who had, you know, why did Dr. Dre's wife eventually leave? You know, they were married to very wealthy men, and it got to a point where they said, you know what? My spiritual being is worth more than what you have in the bank. Why did Shawnee eventually leave Shaq? Right? So, but we can't teach that class. Unfortunately, people just have to go through it themselves, and you have to honor that. And I had to get grace for that, because I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, but I had to realize, you know what? You got to go on your own journey and learn for yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's 100% true. So before we...
Kendra,
Yes.
no, yeah, I was saying, let's
I was
talk
gonna
about
say,
this game you got.
First of all,
know?
what is the name of your dating app?
Okay,
And we're
so
going to put it below in the description.
Yeah, so my dating app is Kendra G Single. So it's literally the name of the show. I decided to launch an app because I was like, it's the only app where the show you see on Instagram is actually now inside the app, right?
Okay.
And I really want to change the face of being single because being single, I would 100% tell a woman to be single and happy opposed to being attached to a man and you're secretly dealing with so much shit that you can't get away from it. But that title is so important to you. But because, like you said earlier, single almost has like the new STD, like what's wrong with you? It's like, no. We're going to have a good time. So the card game is who says being single can't be fun? And you can order it right now. So listen, we got 4 shot glasses. Ooh. If you don't want to answer the question, the way it works, you can play it with guys and girls. Okay. So I pre-selected some of the questions that I wanted to ask.
Let's see what this is about. I'm about to get this right here.
Okay, yes, you gotta get it. You gotta get it.
And it comes with the shot glasses.
Yes, it comes with the shot glasses. Okay, I'm gonna go with you first. Okay. Put these in order from most important to least important. Intelligence, looks, money, faithfulness.
I would say faithfulness first.
Faithfulness is first? Okay.
I would say maybe intelligence, because I can't be with a dumbass person. It would just piss me off.
Okay, so faithfulness, intelligence.
And what was the other 2?
Looks and money.
I would say money and then looks.
Okay, so faithfulness. Okay, Paul, what about you? I think you're going to say looks first.
All right, so for me,
I don't think he's going to say looks.
Money.
Money,
first.
okay.
This is me, what I'm looking for in a girl.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the looks first, right? Wait, you said money?
Yeah, money.
The money's more important to you than looks?
Yeah, the money.
Girl.
You are lying, Paul.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
that
you asked me, right?
Okay, you're right. Okay,
right,
so money's important for you.
What was it?
Faithfulness. Looks.
Faithfulness.
Okay.
So money, then faithfulness,
then intelligence, then in looks.
Wow. Let me ask you: has that always been your?
It changes week by week.
Girl.
Money.
Money. Just the ass of the week, he said, men don't care if women have money. I don't care about that.
Okay. Let's ask. Okay, this is a good one. Let's see. After 6 months of marriage, your significant other gets into a tragic accident and can never have sex again.
Yeah.
What do you do?
It's over. I'm just saying, it's over.
I would stay with them for sure. And
I
would not leave.
What you mean? You out?
No, I'm going to still take care of her, but I want to have kids.
So, okay.
I'm still cool with her, though.
You gotta still be cool with her.
Yeah.
This is the problem with marriage. It's supposed to be.
It's gonna be love, like, hey, checking on you. You good?
Wait, do you get a divorce?
Yeah, we gotta get a divorce.
And what would you do?
I would stay.
You would stay?
Yeah, I would maybe work something out. Like, hey, I would need to you can watch me and we can figure something out.
See what I'm saying? What's the difference? You might as well leave them.
You can watch me play with myself, like.
But you know what? That's real. This is why
you can eat me out. Like we can, we could do some stuff.
That's a tough question because it seems like the right answer is supposed to be you stay. Like that's the vow that you made, and you go. But
people don't say that, but they not being real.
They're not being real.
I would honestly be, if I love this person down, like I feel like we could work something out. We could figure it out. I would be able to figure something out.
That sounds good.
That is devastating. If I love someone that much and you went in through a tragic accident like that, I'm not going to leave you high and dry. That's bad character on a person. I went through a devastating accident. My life changed. I'm down bad. I'm depressed. I'm going through it. And the one person that I love that I married was like, bye, peace. You can't have sex.
If I'm with somebody and they lost their legs, what you say?
Well, they had a tragic accident where they can't have sex again.
I mean, they probably lost their legs. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Paul, this is your wife.
I mean,
okay, this is
tough.
No, but you know what? But you're being honest, and I think that's.
Like, how much more years we got to live?
I don't know.
Like for the next 30 years? That's crazy.
Okay, so if it was later in life, you could do it.
Okay, all right, check this out. Would she agree to say, all right, I want to be with other women now? So if she say yes, she loved me, right?
I feel like the only answer would be yes, though, that person could be with somebody else.
I think that
she
you
should
have
allow
to.
That's why I said you have to
She should
work
allow
something
that,
out.
right? If she allowed that, then I'll stay.
You have to work something out.
You got to work something out.
You
You
work
do
something
have
out.
to work
If
something
she
out.
say you good, you can go ahead and we still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
we
to
good
work
then.
something out.
Yeah, because if it happened to me, I would say, go ahead, girl. If you need to go home and
You would let her go.
And you come home happy and you making me meals still and we cool, go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said you have to work something out.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
what
work
I'm
something
saying.
out.
You got to
Yeah,
work
you don't
something
have to.
out.
This is what I did. I love these questions because it makes you rise to the occasion with the
Yeah.
honest truth. Okay, this is
Yeah.
After Dark. I'm gonna give y'all some the
Yeah,
ratchet
give us
questions.
some ratchet
Okay.
ones.
Your partner wants a threesome, but the third person is a person you don't like.
Girl,
Act out the convo. So he brings it to you and he wants a threesome, but you don't like the girl. So what do you say?
you have me fucked up for even bringing me something that I don't like. Like, you know I don't like this
how
person.
he don't know
and if
that
you
you
didn't
don't
know
like?
I don't like her, then I don't like her. And first of all, you're not picking the person I'm having a threesome with. Like, whoever, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
The person, if we having a threesome, they not picking the third person. I'm picking it. It's random. It's out the country. It's someone we don't even know. Might pay her.
Damn.
What?
I'm just saying. What if a girl was like, all right, I'm gonna pick the person and y'all
And
out
it was
one-
someone you didn't like.
and it was just, what if it was somebody that he used to mess with and you didn't know?
Ooh!
So that would be crazy.
You have to
That would be
tell. Well, let me ask you, if you're in a relationship, should you tell who you once slept with?
If you're around that person,
Yeah.
don't introduce me to nobody like where you was just sleeping with them and now you're kikiing and this is your friend. First of all, you shouldn't be friends with anybody that you was sleeping with because that's not your friend. You saw them naked and you saw their vagina.
So you believe any guy that if a guy you're dealing with should not, unless they have a child, because they gotta talk.
Obviously.
So unless you have
Yeah.
a child, they should not be friends with anybody. So you're not friends with anybody you was once intimate with.
No, I'm not friends with, first of all, in a relationship.
Looking for
No,
what?
listen. In a relationship, I don't have no male friends like that at all. Unless it's
Okay.
my homegirls, dudes and husbands, and like we're all cool. I'm not chopping with no man on the phone like that. Unless it's my family, my brother, my nephew. Like, I'm not kicking it and going to lunch with no man as
She
my
didn't say
friend.
that. She just
no,
said
she's saying
friends.
that's a friend.
No, but a person that, so
What's
I'm
a
Still got
friend?
access to you.
right. No, well, a friend is you guys, let's say y'all were
Y'all
intimate
talk.
Okay.
and that didn't work out, but y'all had a friendship. Like you was like, you know what?
I
Mama,
don't believe in male and women friendships. That's my theory, and I stand on it.
so you break up, his mama dies, you don't say, I'm sorry about your mom.
No,
You don't
that
go
has nothing to do with me. We were together. We were sleeping around. We were doing this. Like, I think that at the end of the day, women and men are not real friends because every man that ever was my friend told me that they have feelings for me.
I have so many genuine male friends.
So I think that men and women can be friends if a woman strongly friend zones a man and puts that line up, or if a man is not attracted to the woman. But I think that if those two things are not in place, it does not happen. I don't care. Men can say they had a best friend of this many years. Oh, we slept together though one day.
So that means
Like,
every girl
what?
should only talk to girls?
I think that I think if you're in a relationship, that you should have boundaries with the males in your life, 100%. That's how I feel.
You can
that's a
have
lot to do with
boundaries.
maturity. You gotta sometimes be mature about it because
But you can be as mature as you want. But then there could be a man that's like, hey, I got to talk to you. I have feelings for you. That happens to me all the time.
Well, then you cut that guy off. But I think
Yeah.
the disadvantage of women not having genuine male friends is the reason why women can't learn men. Because
I could see
you
that.
know, a lot of things I know about men are the things that I got taught by men,
Yeah, I
right?
could see that.
And not even necessarily I have to agree with it because I'm a woman, I have a woman's perspective. But I do believe, now you are right. There's no diss to what you're saying. There are men who are your friend, but they really want more.
Yeah.
But then there are some solid men that might show up for you
Yes.
that literally are just like, listen, you single right now and we cool. They might even have a girl or whatever, but they're like, no, I'm gonna, like, if you need male advice, if you need
Yeah.
something, I don't mind showing up for you. Paul, are you friends with any girls you once had sex with?
what does that mean? Like,
That's his favorite response when he doesn't want to answer.
because to me, like, it's like, yes, I am friends with girls. That's probably my kids' mothers.
Okay, gotcha.
That's not what we're talking about. And you know that. You love to tiptoe around a
What
question.
we talking about then?
Outside, and we literally said
any woman that you once was intimate
of a
with,
kid.
are
Am I
you guys
still talking to them?
like? No, you don't talk. Okay,
no.
okay, fair enough.
Give us another question.
Okay. Foreplay or aftercare? What's more important? Foreplay.
What does aftercare mean?
Aftercare is like, oh God,
The aftercare is like what's after, like the massage, run the bathtub, feet rough, the towel, and all that.
I ain't had none of that aftercare, so I don't know.
That's usually what the girl's job is.
The girl is the woman.
Yeah.
And rubbing the feet after the care.
Yeah, the aftercare is for the man.
Okay,
so,
we need that aftercare.
But he's right
I'm
though.
not mad at that because the man put in the work mainly.
The man want that
I can see that.
aftercare, like,
So you're okay with running the bath water?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Make me a quick sandwich or
I'm
plate
okay
or
with
something
that.
after that. You know, we watch
But
a movie.
it depends though. So did the man, was he the only one that came or did the woman come too?
Don't matter.
I think that does matter.
No, it's
Wait a minute.
aftercare.
So, okay, if the sex wasn't good enough, he don't get no aftercare?
I'm not saying that.
See?
I'm saying
Selfish.
if the woman came, she's tired and exhausted and depleted. That I'm not saying don't get aftercare. I'm saying if the woman came, then she's like, "Woo, I'm done too." That was I'm like whooped. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are both whooped. Cause that can deplete you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're coming, you're like, "Woo, I'm whooped."
So you need a rest for a minute.
I need a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need a little minute. I'm whooped.
So he got to run his own bath water.
Damn.
I can run it.
I
need
get my own
5
towel.
minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
That's
a
crazy.
woman needs a towel too. Like I get up, what if I'm dripping out and I'm walking down the thing? Like it's a lot.
Okay, so who gets the towel then? Y'all both had amazing sex.
crazy.
You're both tired. Who's the person that
both
goes?
came?
You both.
Okay.
Yes, you both escalated, or
Okay.
however you want to say it. So who's in charge of aftercare? Y'all just both.
Damn, I ain't never got the towel, I don't think.
You never got the towel. Every
I don't
woman
think-
gets the towel for you.
I didn't know the woman needed a towel.
What?
The sheets is good.
You didn't
right
know
there.
that a woman needed
The
a
sheets and the
towel
cover is
is
cool.
crazy.
The sheets and the cover cool.
That's nasty.
We
I
wash
don't
them
know.
things, wash them things off.
Okay, I'll give y'all one more. Okay.
woman needs a
I
towel.
like the
That's such a
Okay.
good game. I have to get this game. This
Yeah,
is
Okay.
fun.
Sure.
What's the freakiest thing you ever done in a car, and did you get caught? I'm giving them the raunchy questions.
I've done everything in a car.
Are you ta-
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, and no, I don't think I've ever gotten caught in a car, but for sure, like I've done whatever there is to do.
Okay.
Man, that's tough. I don't think I did nothing in the car.
Really?
I don't know. It's been a while. If I have, I don't remember the car.
For me, it was when
I'm
I
too
was
big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't got no room. It ain't no room.
when I
Like,
was
damn.
young and me and my boyfriend
legs,
didn't
I gotta-
have
It's uncomfortable.
when I was young and me and my boyfriend didn't have our own place.
Okay.
That's why we would do it in the car. We're like
Okay.
20 years old. We don't have our own apartment.
I think like high school or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that, like young. I
Okay.
haven't done, as an adult, I don't want to have sex in the car.
This is non-sexual. Could you date someone who only believes in 50-50 household responsibilities? That means you got to pay 50% of the bills and they got to pay 50% of the bills.
Yeah, I could.
You could, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
You could, okay.
That's an easy question.
But boy, you don't want to be the breadwinner. You don't want to be the 100% provider. You have no
I mean, I've
excuse.
always been the leader.
Okay.
And responsible on that.
I
like, in
think
my
that I could
relationships.
do it, but it does throw off the dynamic in the relationship some.
I just think in a long-term partnership, everything's gonna change.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you can have this idea, but I mean, I remember like my friend got married to an athlete really early on, and then he got hurt the following year. And if she was only in it for the fact that he was an athlete, she would have been out. But they had a real relationship.
Yeah.
And then she had to step up, and they're married to this day. Like I think might be 20 years now,
I
right?
love that.
So I feel like life, like you said, you're blessed somebody, but everything could change. You could get sick. So that's why I do understand why you're like, who gonna show up for me if all this goes? Like, who's gonna wipe my ass? Like,
He's
when
not
we
gonna
get
wipe
there.
nobody's ass is what we learned tonight, so it don't
Yes,
matter.
you will.
He just said
He
it.
know
That
he
was in
said-
the
He said he would wipe it, but he just gonna sleep with somebody else too.
yeah.
So
I
show
didn't
up.
say that. I didn't say that.
You said you
See
having
how he
sex with
changes?
somebody else.
Kendra, he changes his stuff all the time. You can't listen to this.
Paul,
man.
what's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
Oh, you're a Libra. Oh, you had a birthday.
What are you, Kendra?
I'm a Taurus.
I love Taurus. That's why I love
Are you a Virgo or
I'm
Capricorn?
an Aries.
Oh, Aries.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
That
yeah.
face was stank. You don't like Aries?
Yeah, no, I like Aries.
You do?
No,
I love
usually
Taurus.
Taurus, because we're earth signs, we usually match with Capricorns or Virgos. That's
Yeah.
why I said that first. No, I love Aries.
I
Aries
love
are good
Taurus.
energy, always happy,
for sure.
good people. Yes. You'll be married in 2 years. The tops.
Come on, the tarot reader.
Tops.
I love that. So you're so good at what you do, Kendra. We appreciate you so much for coming on the show. If y'all are single, looking for somebody, clearly she's making match. 13 people married or 15?
15 people
15
married.
people
a lot
married.
of babies that end in marriages. A lot of weekend ships.
Okay.
But if you want to meet somebody, download the dating app, Kendra G Singles. The card game is Kendra G Singles card game. .com. And easy, follow me on Instagram, Kendra G Media.
And we will make sure everything is below, her app, the card game, her Instagram, all that stuff. Again, thank you so much for coming on.
Can I just say thank you to you guys? Like, I literally ran into them and like recently. I was like, oh my God. So I want to just say, listen, you guys worked very hard to be who you are. Yeah. And I'm grateful for the platform. So thank you.
Thank you. You're amazing. You gave me some game today.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, really? I feel
Let
me tell you, Paul, I want to say this. I want to just defend you for a second because I think the clips don't do you justice. If you only watch the clips, you would think a certain image of you, but no, you're a really good guy.
No,
you're a really good human. And I mean, like I said, she should do the show standing up because this body, her face is pretty, but you got to see the whole package. That's why I said 2 years tops. They're going to like that down. Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much again, you guys. Make sure you tap in with Kendra. Such a good energy, such a positive spirit, and she really is great at what she does, honey. So make sure you guys tap in. Thank you for joining. We love y'all.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. That was great.
This is the taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic?